This is episode 102 of Beyond the Ropes. As always, I'm your host, Ethan. Alongside with me, our analyst, James, right here. And, of course, on the controls, Rob Flores.
On the ones and twos?
On the ones, twos, threes, and fours. So
okay.
All the numbers. I don't know how that works.
That's as high as we can count.
Okay, for sure. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. You can give us a like over there. Rob just posted our last two episodes, I believe, earlier today.
Oh, did you? I know 100
format.
was up.
Yeah, 101 was recently put up.
Okay.
Shortly before the show. We are also on Twitter at RealBTR Radio.
Mm-hmm.
That's RealBTR Radio and BTR Radio. There are 2 R's in it. You can follow us individually. Follow me at EthanNB95.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JHW Reporter, and I have to tease you about that in a minute.
And
Rob Flores Media.
On both, right?
Yep.
And you can follow me at EthanNB just on Instagram. I just posted a picture of us on my stories.
Now, did you see what happened there? I'm consistent. We went over this last week. Right. He's consistent. I go last night and I'm prepping this little teaser I'm doing. I made a little video. I had it all scheduled on Twitter, and then I go to do it for Instagram, and then I realize I got to do a whole different post because one of the three doesn't have the same Twitter.
I keep you on your toes.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
The other Ethans are unofficial member.
I'm like, So I'm like, all right, let me put this little extra time in for Ethan.
I've been meaning to change it. I've been busy. It's been finals here.
It's all good.
I've got one more final due tomorrow. A video I have yet to edit, so it's gonna be a fun night for me. But once I'm done with that, just get through tomorrow and I'm good. So I know you're finished with finals.
I'm done. I'm still feeling the finals pressure for some reason. Like I still have a final. I don't know why.
Well, they closed all the restaurants.
They do. We were scrambling.
Yeah, we had to eat. What did we have? We had the Nugget.
We went to the Nugget.
It's good, but we wanted other.
We're starving college students looking for something to eat. It almost didn't go very well.
It almost didn't. Rob finished last semester, so
I think I still have espresso shots in my veins from last semester.
That's hilarious.
Mood.
And we are also currently what platform are we on, James?
I believe we're on Periscope. It says we're live on my end. We'll check here in a minute, but
we'll check. Someone can check during the
I'll check. I can check.
Cool.
But anyways, we're getting to the end of the year. We have a great show ahead, right?
Yeah, we do. We have a pretty stacked lineup. I think we're gonna get to our biggest moments after the second commercial break.
Okay.
Maybe the first one, depending on how much we get through in this one. But let's start off with TLC.
Yes.
The last WWE pay-per-view of the year, and the last major, pay-per-view in wrestling, I believe, in the year, because I think New Japan's done. They have Wrestle Kingdom in January. AEW has AEW Revolution in January, I think. NXT doesn't have, it's WWE, but they don't have anything. And I don't know, I think AAA just had their event over the weekend. By the way, before we get into predictions there, I don't know if we talked about it last week. Sin Cara showed up.
No, where
AAA. It just happened this past
weekend.
weekend.
Well, when we talked about it, he was released.
He was released. He showed up at AAA with the same name and the same mask.
Like he just walked across the street and just like
literally
just showed up.
Yep. So
awesome.
I don't know what kind of copyright infringement that could lead to.
We'll find out.
But he showed up without a mask, and he really had no got on TV.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get into the TLC results. Last night was just an okay pay-per-view. I saw it today.
Mm-hmm.
I was out doing stuff yesterday, but honestly, you mentioned it before the show. You said it was gonna be.
I heard a lot of people say it was a rather forgettable show.
Pretty much.
Yeah, there was nothing too.
There wasn't anything too eventful. There was a couple moments. It had its moments, but overall, it just wasn't kind of an end of the year type deal you would hope for.
Right.
Obviously, the holidays are around the corner.
Yeah, so. It's almost kind of expected at this point, and it's my understanding is that they really didn't promote the show very much.
No, they didn't.
Didn't they have like 2 shows back to back? They had the not Super Showdown,
Crown Jewel.
No. They had a special, and then they had another like pay-per-view
like
Starcade. That. But they had that like
really,
2 weeks ago, though, right?
That wasn't a pay-per-view. That was a house show.
No, right. But what I'm saying is like they were too busy promoting all these other things. That
they had Survivor Series like 3 weeks prior.
Yeah, see, there's no build up. You got another month and a week. You got like 4 or 5 weeks before you even get to, Royal Rumble. And that's what they're gonna start building up to now.
It's it's at least 6 weeks, so you got time for that for sure. And
But
it's a Rumble, so you don't even need that much.
But do you see how it's kind of the calendar's kind of weird, where it's kind of like let's jam the 3 shows.
You got to put in a December pay-per-view, so they put in TLC.
I guess.
Yeah. All right, let's just get through these prediction or results. We didn't even predict anything because half of these matches weren't even announced.
They weren't. That was part of it too. They weren't announced.
So this was on the kickoff show. I did not see this match. However, I heard it was as good as their last match on Monday last week. So definitely check that out if it's worth seeing. Humberto Carrillo defeated Andrade. Once again, at the end of the match, there was some tension between Andrade and Zelina Vega. So I wonder what's going to happen there.
And to that, something to keep an eye on, folks, is, and I've noticed this like weeks back, and I was watching a YouTube recap video, and they kind of said the same thing. Is that have you noticed that whenever they do an Zelina Vega Andrade segment, it's always followed up by an Aleister Black segment?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I've noticed that like months ago. They did something like that, and I was like, oh. And then someone I was watching on YouTube said the same thing. Good mic work is the YouTuber I'm referring to. But he said they've been doing that for like 7 weeks.
Huh.
So
I mean, it didn't happen last night. It was.
I think he said it did. Like there was like it was not like a match, but there was like a segment.
It could have been some type of promotion.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see it.
But it's weird how they kind of keep it close, and I wonder if we're gonna see a turn, if we're gonna see Vega go with her husband, who is Aleister Black. So we'll see how that plays out. What was that?
Get Charlotte involved.
Well, who knows?
Oh, that could lead into a.
I mean, it's Royal Rumble. Is going to be one of your bigger pay-per-views of the year? Why not?
Mania.
Yeah.
Start building until Mania.
Yeah.
Planting the seeds.
Yeah.
I'll take your time with it.
Something to keep an eye on. I think.
That would be a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with we'll talk a little bit more about Aleister in a minute, but we'll see where that. I don't see that feud going on.
No, I think it was a one-time thing, but it was a really good match. The show kicked off with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship ladder match between The New Day taking on The Revival. Solid match. It's a ladder match. You're gonna get some good bumps.
Well, you got Kofi Kingston in a ladder match. Yeah.
Oh, he was doing some great stuff. He balanced it on the ropes when they tried to push him off the ladder. And he hit her like a DDT off them. There were good spots. Probably can't name them all, but
is it safe to say that Kofi earns his money with that those spots that he does?
Oh, without a doubt. Give him a raise. Yeah.
You saw what I did there?
Yeah. Speaking of money, I guess we're gonna bring it up right now. I'm gonna save it till later.
I'm just teasing it. You don't gotta do
it. We'll say it right now. Kofi, as of today, was announced. I guess
like within the last couple hours.
I don't think WWE officially announced it, but it was someone else did. A notable
Bleacher Report put it out there.
Notable company announced that Kofi has re-signed with WWE for at least another 5 years.
Yeah,
good for him.
He's currently 38 years old.
Oh, okay. So he's still good.
I thought he was a little bit older, but 38. I mean, when AJ is like 45.
AJ's 41, 42.
41, 45. Same thing. No. But Ray's 40.
Ray's 45 for sure.
So I mean, you probably do have an.
As long as you take care of your body,
Yeah. At this
once
point,
you hit the 50 mark,
then you're pushing it like Ric Flair, but.
Yeah, once you hit like 50, I mean Triple H is what 50.
50, yeah. Undertaker.
You start losing a little bit of your rust for sure once you hit that age, but
I think Kofi has another good 5 years, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, we'll see how the spots play out over the next 5 years, and we'll see some.
As long as he stays healthy. I mean, he was taking some bumps in this match, but he was the one that ended up grabbing the championships.
Yep.
Won the match for his team, so New Day retained. Next match was the Aleister Black match taking on Buddy Murphy. It was a great wrestling match.
See how kind of close they were, in a way.
Well, I don't know how. Close.
I mean,
but I know what you're saying. I mean, they're on the same show, so.
Well, yeah, but still, whatever. Just play into it a little bit.
I'll see tonight's Raw. If they have a segment back to back, maybe
then you text me immediately and be like, "Oh, James, you were right."
I probably won't watch it till tomorrow.
I'll wait for your text tomorrow. That's all right.
When I watch it, I'll let you know.
All right.
Aleister Black defeated Buddy Murphy with the Black Mass out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
This was without a doubt Black's toughest match since he's been on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
NXT he's had back and forth matches, but on the main roster at least they've kept him pretty strong and unbeatable.
Yeah.
So in this match, Buddy Murphy was really working the jaw, and I believe Black even broke his nose because there was blood coming out.
Yeah.
And it was kind of referenced a lot by King.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I was like, because
they were going back and forth. One of them was saying the jaw, the other one was
Joe and oh my God, Vic Joseph kept referring to. They were trying to sell the jaw,
right?
Because that's what Murphy was working on, and then King would keep bringing up his nose.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess both of them technically, but yeah, I think the story was the jaw, but ultimately it was Buddy Murphy's jaw that would take the punishment, as he got a Black Mass. So that was a good match. So if that feud were to continue, which I don't think it is, but if it were, I mean, they'd have phenomenal matches.
Yeah.
In this next open challenge, the Viking Raiders defended their Raw Tag Team Championships against the OC. This match was interesting. It ended in a double countout. Obviously, the fans weren't too pleased. This was sponsored by KFC.
Oh, I heard about
KFC table. They had I don't know if they were actually fans, but there were 4 or 5
They
fans.
had two women, 2 men.
And there was a table ringside. They had the giant bucket of $20 fill-up box of chicken and mashed potatoes. I mean, KFC after this.
Whatever you gotta do to get an ad or whatever. I mean,
ultimately, after the double count out, Viking Raiders put Carl Anderson through that table of chicken. Well, it wasn't any chicken. The fans grabbed their buckets.
Gotta protect the chicken at all costs.
Yeah. So
no, I mean, it's kind of silly stuff. I mean that I saw them teasing that open challenge thing, and it could have been a good spot to bring some of the Usos or something.
That was a name being brought up. Usos or some other team, but it ended up being the OC. So it's likely this feud will continue. The OC brought up the Best in the World trophy, in which they defeated the Viking Raiders.
Oh Lord!
That's the only Viking Raiders loss, so that feud will likely continue. I suspect, and I think there was even a brawl at the end. They were included in the brawl.
Okay.
At the end of the show. King Corbin took on Roman Reigns in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. I was kind of doing stuff during this match, so I was just listening.
Mm-hmm.
It was just basic stuff you would normally see, I guess. Nothing major. Yeah. Dolph Ziggler got involved, and then the Revival got involved, and then King Corbin's security got involved. So it took about 10 people to take down Roman Reigns, but King Corbin ended up picking up the victory with the End of Days, and
table ladders and chairs matches are pinfall. They're not.
Well, if there's no title, that's. I mean, it happened. King Corbin got another victory over Reigns, so this feud's going to continue for sure.
Me.
So nothing really exciting come out of that match. It was as a tables, ladders, and chairs match. It was a pretty basic.
Yeah.
I mean, they used weapons and stuff, but it was a pretty basic match overall. Next up, an interesting match. The Miz took on Bray Wyatt. Mm-hmm. This wasn't The Fiend. This was Bray Wyatt from the Firefly Funhouse. Bray came out to the Firefly Funhouse theme with the Universal Championship and his sweater.
Yeah, the blue title, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And for 90% of this match, he did not attack Miz or use any type of offense. He was kind of taking the punishment. He I think he wanted to calm down the Miz for
right.
Ultimately, he hit two Sister Abigail's on the Miz, one outside, and then when Miz got it back in the ring, went inside the ring, and then he apologized to the Miz right after beating him.
So it's kind of like a heckle and jive kind of.
Yes, that was brought up
approach
for sure. And then the Fiend showed up on the screen.
Okay.
And Bray said, "Okay, I'll do it," and kind of saw the dark side, the villainous Bray Wyatt. He brought out the giant, the hammer or whatever he used on the Funhouse, and the lights started to go out. And as they came back on, Daniel Bryan was there, hit a running knee, and revealed his new look.
His old look.
His new old look.
Yeah.
He's got the shaved head again. Of course, the last time we saw Daniel Bryan, the Fiend had ripped out the hair from his head. So we got to see a new look for Daniel Bryan, and he kind of left Bray Wyatt. I see he was going to hit him. He's going to hit him with the hammer. Bray disappeared because of the lights going out. So
that's probably...
It's a Rumble feud.
I guess, yeah, they'll take us to Rumble, I guess.
Yep. For sure. So that should be exciting. Next up, our favorite storyline of the year. Talk about best of 2019. No. This is Rob's favorite storyline here. Bobby Lashley took on Rusev in a tables match. The best part of this feud happened. The best part of this feud happened last night during the video package. It was the TMZ theme. Okay. So the video package was literally something you would see on TMZ. They had the logo. They had like the guy voicing all this stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah. If you're gonna watch anything, watch the package, the video package.
And obviously that's a play off of Rusev and Lana announcing
and the divorce and stuff. Everything that happened. They mentioned they mentioned all the scandal or whatever, scandalous stuff. So it was actually entertaining. The match itself was what it was. Mm-hmm. Nothing too great. Ultimately, Lashley put Rusev through a table after Lana got involved, picking up that victory.
Where the heck do they go from here?
I don't know, but as we were going on the air, Bobby Lashley and Lana, I believe, were going to start a celebration.
Oh, Jesus. So. I thought you were going to...
Oh, well, they could lead to something else.
I was like, oh, no. Not another Edge and Lita segment.
Main event time, Women's Tag Team Championships. The Kabuki Warriors took on Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. This was a messy match.
Yes, it was.
It was messy. It could be either good or bad. I mean, depending on how you look at it. It's tables, ladders, and chairs match, so it's going to be...
it's supposed to be chaotic.
It's supposed to be chaotic, but
it got a little...
It got a little out of control. Yeah. Kyrie, possibly injured. I think she did send out a tweet with a thumbs up, so she appears to be okay, at least for the most part. She might have suffered a concussion. That was rumor going on. She took some nasty bumps.
Yeah, from the video, like even when you just look back at the videos, they weren't pretty.
There were some decent spots in this match. Ultimately, Asuka ended up winning the match, grabbing those titles. Closing out the show, however, there was a giant brawl between Corbin, Reigns, and a bunch of the members of the roster. And yeah, that was TLC in a nutshell. It was, as you mentioned, a forgettable event. There were some fun moments, but overall, didn't really need to happen. So, anyways, we got to hit a commercial break. So when we return, we're going to get into some NXT AEW ratings and a little more conversation of the best of 2019. This is our last show of the year.
The year is almost over already.
I know. 2 more weeks, right?
Something like next week's Christmas, 2 weeks.
For sure.
Next week's Christmas.
So, we are BTR Pro Wrestling Talk, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to 22 West Radio, the new home of KH. And if you're listening on your desktop or through our website, you want to take us along for the ride anywhere you go.
I think it's live. You want to check on your thing? Well, all the hearts. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Check it.
Should be live.
It should be. I texted it myself, so we'll see.
Search box, and then hit the star to favorite it. That way, 22 West Radio will always be at the top of your phone.
I'm not buying one here. There's Ethan. And there's Rob. Rob dresses fancy.
He got his other show after this.
Everyone's waving back at you.
Last minute cancel.
Huh?
Last minute cancel.
You don't have a show?
I probably can't stay for the next hour.
What were you planning? Did you have any plans?
It was unexpected. Apparently they didn't know that they had something else booked.
Something else booked that you didn't book on a Monday.
Okay. Who has something else booked on a Monday?
I mean, we do, but like, what else could you be booked for? That's weird. Talk about your best shows of 2019, Rob. Honestly, just do a recap. So
It is the only museum in the United States that is dedicated to presenting this kind of art. The museum has a permanent collection of more than 1,600 works of art. Until May 12th, they have the exhibition La Huella Múltiple, or the Multiple Print, which seeks to gather the best graphic work produced by popular and emerging Cuban artists. For more information, you can go to their website.
How much time do we have on commercials still?
The ID now. It's like 10 seconds.
Hi, this is Cash.
10 seconds.
And this is Queen. We're the hosts of Listomania, and you're listening to 22 West Radio.
That's not the French one?
And we are back with Beyond the Ropes. I'm Ethan.
I'm James.
I'm Rob.
And we are BTR Pro Wrestling Talk. This is episode 102. And this is going to be our last episode of the year. So be sure to follow us on Twitter at RealBTRRadio, where we will give you updates on when you'll find us on air once again. Sometime in January or early February, right? I think we're going to have winter.
I think they had it. No. Well, for sure not next week. We're off next week.
For sure we're off next week and the following week, because I think it's holidays.
So we're not going to come in on Christmas?
No, I don't think we're going to have a Christmas
show. I thought we were going to come in. We were going to have a little dinner. We could open presents. And
where's the tree?
And
there's lights outside.
We're saving that for Christmas. It's still growing.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So follow us on Twitter at RealBTR Radio. You can follow me at EthanEnvy95 and on Instagram at EthanEnvy. There you go.
You could follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. Thank you guys for the hearts. On Periscope, I'm on Periscope as well. You can also follow me on Periscope at JHW Reporter.
We're live right now on Periscope.
Rob Flores Media.
On Instagram and Twitter, but not Ethan. Ethan needs two different.
Special.
Yeah,
you separate.
You need to get your things. You need to get your social media life in order, sir.
You can find Beyond the Ropes, all 101 episodes as of this morning. That's a lot to say. 101 episodes.
Yeah.
This morning on YouTube have been uploaded. So that's crazy.
For those of you who are on Periscope right now, send in your best moments of 2019 that you liked.
Send in questions.
Or you can send in questions. We'll send in questions. Ethan's here. Rob is there.
All right.
We'll answer any questions you guys have.
NXT AEW ratings. They tied last week.
I kind of find that hard to believe.
778.
Even. Both. I don't
tied.
know. I have a hard time believing that.
Well, I'm sure DVR numbers after that.
But to be that dead even.
Something. I don't know what's going on there, but they tied.
But it's good. But that's good, though.
That's good.
Because it really plays into, fans are having appreciation for both shows. I think this was like the second show since Survivor Series for NXT.
Show, yeah.
So, I'm sure that kind of helped boost that number up. I think, last week they won the rating?
They won 2 weeks in a row, and then I believe W might have beaten them a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then I think this week was a tie.
But it's competitive. I mean, it's still early. You haven't seen wrestling in a long time. Well, good deal. Thanks for still hanging out with us. I'm talking to people on Periscope. Yeah, but yeah, so, I mean, I think that says something. If the ratings are even, people are liking it. I wonder how much of that is people going back and forth. I wonder if they count. I know that was kind of an issue back in the day with Raw and Nitro, where I don't know if it's really being accounted for. All the people flipping back and forth.
Well, here's the thing. These days, people could just watch. They could record one. Yeah. Especially these days, you can record one and just watch
the other. That's true.
For me, NXT's what appears at 5:00 here. AEW I get it at 8:00. However, I don't watch it live, and I think last week I only missed. Yeah, I'm only behind 1 week, and apparently for Spectrum customers, it went dark.
Oh,
I'm a Spectrum customer.
Oh wait, for
provider. Yeah.
No, for was it for
TNT?
I heard something about that.
TNT went dark, so I haven't seen it yet. So I don't know. I'm assuming it must have gone dark for me because I'm a Spectrum.
Oh, and so it's not even on your DVR.
I have it on my DVR. I think the first 45 minutes are there, but I think it might have just go black or something after that. I don't know.
And they didn't. It had to have been addressed. We'll have to look it up for sure.
I don't know.
We had a question on Periscope from, I believe it was I Love Pizza.
Oh, awesome.
I Love Pizza too. We were actually debating if we were going to get pizza earlier. He asked if you think WWE today is watered down compared to what it was back in the WWF days in the 90s.
Yes and no. Personally,
Yeah,
yes and no.
Yeah.
If you're talking about storylines, if you're talking about certain aspects of it, for sure. I mean, it's a PG product now.
Yeah.
It was TV-14 20 years ago. These days, I think you have more liberties in the ring. There's more athletic individuals.
That's true.
You're putting on far riskier moves, for sure. You're doing
in today's
aspects.
Okay.
I mean, even back then, you're doing hardcore stuff, but these days it's more athletic.
I think that's true.
You see a lot of Canadian destroyers in every match. I mean, that's putting your neck at.
Yeah.
Head.
I still pop every time. I saw Petey Williams on Impact like last week, and when I saw him do that, I pop for it every time. Yeah. It's like, how do you even do that? But no, I mean,
it depends. I mean, on certain things. I think definitely back then there wasn't as much protection. I should say, I guess. Because these days, I mean, we mentioned Kairi Sane potentially had a concussion last night.
Right.
You don't want that to continue. 20 years ago, they continued the match, probably regardless.
So, for like even the Aleister Black match, because I know like at any other point this year, they would run out the minute someone's bleeding. Were they running out, or the refs put the gloves on, or whatever?
I mean, you generally, if it's just like a broken nose, they're still okay. You just put on.
Yeah, he did put on the glove though. Okay,
but that's about it. Like, you're not going to stop the match.
I remember, in NXT, I think when Samoa Joe and Finn Balor
he was bleeding a lot though.
Yeah.
It wouldn't stop.
Okay,
so that
it just varies case by case. But do I think it's watered down? Maybe a little bit. Again, it's more of a PG thing now.
I think
you gotta please advertisers and whatnot, but I think it's more kid friendly. They have more superheroes on. Mm-hmm. I think in the Attitude Era when you had The Rock, you had Stone Cold, and my guy Bret Hart, which I know Ethan loves.
My guy Shawn Michaels.
It's Shawn Michaels too. I mean, but that was like the Wild Wild West back then.
They could do whatever they want.
They needed to do whatever they want. So
they were in a war.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, exactly. We have a war here today, but it's not as competitive. I mean, you kind of want
it is in a way when you get the ratings. So I mean,
yeah, but you kind of want it. Behind the scenes, the wrestlers are all friends.
I mean, they're all friends. I mean, they're all still going to be hanging out.
Yeah, for sure.
So is it watered down? I would say a little bit. It's still good. It's kind of like when you get there are going to be some slow moments.
I think you got better wrestling matches today.
It's just when it's good though. Like when it's good, it's good.
It's
like
matched. I think.
Like yeah.
Without a doubt.
Like for me. Like, even if you don't watch any wrestling the whole year, you always need to watch WrestleMania because WrestleMania never disappoints.
That's a spectacle, for sure.
I feel like WrestleMania never will disappoint. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think it is.
So, AEW and NXT, speaking of them, they're going to have a big card this week. So, I'm going to list off some of the matches here for AEW Dynamite. Okay. It's going to be the Lucha Bros taking on Kenny Omega and Hangman Page in a tag team match. Mm-hmm. Then we have Cody and Darby Allin taking on the Butcher and the Blade, who attacked Cody a couple weeks ago, making their debut. Then we have for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, SoCal Uncensored or SCU. I know you always go crazy.
Is that Marco Stunt?
No, that's Kaz and Scorpio Sky.
Oh, okay.
Taking on the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the AEW Women's World Championship number one contender, it's Chris Statlander.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long name. Taking on Dr. Britt Baker. And also, I believe, Chris Jericho. Is that this week? I believe that's this week. This
was a title match, right?
Chris Jericho versus Jungle Boy. So, featuring Mark.
That's right. And so Jungle Boy is the son
of Jack Perry.
Right, and I heard that being a possibility of maybe putting the belt on him to kind of
possibly. I mean, they haven't really done anything.
Is he a legit contender? Like, is he a champion, or is it just like?
No, I don't think it's. Okay. I mean, he's a good worker for sure,
right.
But
he's not the man. He can't be the man.
Not yet. They need to build him up. They've been losing.
Okay.
At least on Dynamite. I don't know about Dark.
And I heard something about. Didn't they turn on Marco Stunt? I heard something about that. No. Maybe they're
no, they seem fine.
Playing into the storyline.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I haven't seen last week.
Okay.
So I probably won't see last week because it's dark for me. So we'll see. But anyways, next up, let's talk about Marty Scurll, the villain. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, he showed up at NWA Into the Fire this past weekend. the official pay-per-view for the NWA,
Mm-hmm.
and had a standoff with Nick Aldis. So,
okay, right into the title picture.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
However, apparently he appeared on the Ring of Honor TV tapings the next night as well. So he's a free agent apparently or something.
Because he was with New Japan?
He was with Ring of Honor.
He was with Ring of Honor.
And apparently the rumor going around was his contract was up November 30th. And he was likely to appear in AEW, obviously, because he has people there. But as of now, he has worked out some type of working relationship with NWA, and did appear at the Ring of Honor tapings yesterday. So I don't know what his status is. It could be short term. It could be he might sign a new deal, maybe, or maybe he's just working around every company he can find.
Yeah, I mean, because I think there is supposed to be a storyline, or he's in a faction with, we kind of talked about earlier, with PCO, who just won the ROH title.
Villain Enterprises.
Yeah. So who knows where that goes? Especially when they're putting a rocket on PCO's back, giving him the title, putting him at the top of the card. So we'll see if Marty will fit into that at all. Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And PCO was like 55 or something.
I saw that.
He was Quebecer, like in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was the one with the eye patch.
Interesting.
I had to look it up to confirm, but yeah.
Nice.
And now he staples his lip for promos.
Oh. You sent me that. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, you do what you got to do. I mean,
I guess.
While WWE may be watered down a little bit, some other organizations are not watered down.
In Jim Cornette's words, it's about show wrestling.
It's
entertaining to listen to him.
He sure is.
I mean, whether you agree with him or not, he's out of control.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it is a gimmick.
Yeah. Kofi Kingston, I guess we could briefly talk about it. We've got a few more minutes before our next break. Was handcuffed and hanged.
That's right.
I guess technically on the ring post
on the
last
ring
week.
Post, yeah.
And people were kind of making a little bit of a deal out of it, a little fuss. Felt that maybe it was a little too much.
Yeah.
Could have been a racial type thing.
I can see that. I can see how people can be playing and how people can see it that way. But again, I think Kofi, I would imagine, is one who, if he felt that was the case, or felt like the storyline was going in that direction, at least on that night, he would have said something. So if he wasn't comfortable doing it, he wouldn't have done it. So
yeah, I agree.
So I can understand where people are coming from, but at the same time, I don't think Kofi, especially with the support of Big E and Xavier Woods, they wouldn't have let that go. I mean, you saw that they'll speak their mind. When they weren't happy with Hulk Hogan coming back and everything else, so those guys aren't afraid to speak their mind. So
yeah, and also I mean, people were making the point they did the same thing to Roman Reigns the week prior. So it's like, if a lot of people were saying, well, if they were a one-time thing, they'd be upset.
Right.
It happened twice already. It's like, they're just going off what they did last week. So.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not like it was a direct attack on Kofi. It was obviously Roman came out and they attacked Roman as well, so it wasn't anything specific. So, yeah, take it as you will, I guess. And we're going to hit another commercial break, our last commercial break of the hour. And when we return, we're going to get into our 2019 in review, some of our favorite moments, maybe even some of the worst moments.
Ooh, I haven't even thought about the worst.
I haven't thought about it either, so probably not. Just some of the highlights of the year overall.
You could probably put Bobby Lashley and Lana in that.
No, I put that on the best moments.
Oh, we'll discuss after the break.
When we return,
Jesus.
The best and possible worst of 2019, right here.
Depends on who you ask.
On Beyond the Ropes.
Apparently.
What?
Shake my head.
Oh, worst moment? Bret Hart appearing on AEW.
Stop it!
Killed the company before they
got to tune into 22S Radio every Monday night.
The nerve.
He held their title.
Oh.
He presented the title.
And he boosted the ratings.
Boosted him up. It was the pay-per-view.
But still.
They lost the ratings for 2 weeks.
Yeah, now, but the farther they move away from Bret Hart being on the show, of course the ratings are going to go down. You got to bring them back.
Hi, I'm Christian, Chief Engineer for 22 West Radio.
We're going back on the air here in a minute. If you guys have any questions, send in your questions.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for tuning in.
Ethan said thank you for tuning in. Why you do this?
22 West is a media company broadcasting from the Cal State campus in Long Beach all the way to Los Angeles. Our platform currently serves a diverse community of over 36,000 students looking for great deals, awesome events, and delectable food.
I forgot. I told you. Are you just talking about? No, you're talking about NXT too, right?
For local businesses to reach our campus,
like wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It doesn't have to be WWE then.
Advertising with us and becoming the talk of the campus. Okay. Reach out to sales at 22westmedia.com.
So what are you gonna? Are you gonna go in order?
Look forward to seeing what 22 West.
Yes, I know. I'm just gonna go by specific things and kind of go through stuff.
Okay.
This is Danny Lemos, host of Mornings on the Beach. I'd like to wish you and your family and your extended pet family a very happy and healthy holiday season.
It's beginning to look a lot like this.
And we're back on Beyond the Ropes. We are BTR Pro Wrestling Talk. I'm Ethan.
I'm James.
I'm Rob.
And how come Rob, you didn't record one of those jingle?
Yeah, why don't you guys bring me an?
That was SpongeBob, right? In the end, right there.
I think so.
I'd sing a Christmas song. I mean, I don't know any lyrics, but
just give me a paper and I'll read it.
Yeah, give me a paper. I'll read it.
All right. So, as always, Twitter, Real BTR Radio, at EthanNB95,
and
Instagram, at EthanNB.
At JW Reporter on everything.
Rob Flores Media.
On everything.
On YouTube, search up Beyond the Ropes and you'll find. Now we can say over 100 episodes.
Over 100 episodes.
101 as of today. So exciting stuff.
That's a long time.
A lot of episodes. 2019.
Yes. It's almost over.
We did a number of things this year, including adding James as the third
I'm
member.
the third man.
You're the third man.
I'm the third man.
You're more like the X-Pac of the NWO.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
You're the...
As long as I don't rip something, but... Did you know what I'm talking about?
That did not happen this year. We cannot add
don't. I wouldn't share that story on the air anyways.
Oh, poor X-Pac. He's doing well.
He's done well for himself, though.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
He's going to go in again. There you go.
2 years in a row. Good for him.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was an announcement. NWO is going into the Hall of Fame next year. Batista is joining them.
And we haven't gotten anything this week.
No, they were just doing that last week to sell tickets.
That's dumb.
No, they got to sell tickets. They want people to buy.
How many tickets did they sell?
I don't know. They probably sold out for all I know. We'll see. What else? We hit our 100th episode 2 weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
That was a big venture for us. We started. Well, we drafted. We haven't started.
We haven't started yet.
We'll probably wait until the new year, honestly, because it's so much stuff happening. But 2020 to look forward to. We'll talk about that toward the end of the show. But
okay, real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt. We're on a schedule here and stuff, but who needs a schedule anyways? Can we make a Royal Rumble prediction?
We'll be on the. Are we gonna be? I don't know.
We don't know that.
We might not be on the.
What date does it land on?
I don't know. Just make a prediction.
That before that Monday?
We guys just pick somebody.
The end of the month. Oh, you want us to pick a winner?
Well, I mean, yeah, based on a storyline or who is someone you want to see strive and live their best life in 2020.
Shayna's winning the women's match, or Ronda.
Shayna's gonna. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't think Ronda's gonna, because Ronda can just come back whenever and she'll be a contender.
She could get back that Raw title.
She could, but there's already a feud built in there. She could just kind of.
There's two women's picks. I don't know for men.
I'll go with Shayna. I guess I'll agree with you on Shayna.
Yeah. Okay.
For the men, I think it'll be.
Xavier Woods.
No,
he's out for a year.
Shouldn't he be back by then?
No, it's a
not
injury.
not the start of the new year. A whole year.
He's only been out for a couple of 2 months.
I think.
Kofi? No, it's not gonna be Kofi.
I think they'll have to do something with Andrade.
No, that's too soon. They haven't built him.
Yeah, but what?
Drew McIntyre.
What better way to?
I could see Drew winning that.
I could too, but I wouldn't be happy about it.
Neither would I. But it's.
I would say Corbin would win it, but he got the King thing.
No,
he doesn't need any.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'd be shocked.
You know what? You kind of almost have to, because what? Have people been very happy?
No.
Because people have been happy with the last Royal Rumble picks, right?
Are they?
I don't remember who the last one was. Well, I don't remember anyone booing other than the last time Roman won.
Yeah.
Which
so
I'm saying
it can't be
is
Roman.
we're almost due for a bad
villain.
Yes, because it has to be someone people don't like just to keep it even. Because it can't always be a feel good moment.
No, it shouldn't.
You know what I mean?
It's cross promotion.
That's why Shane doesn't win.
Well, then, it depends who the champions are. Well, it's gonna be the Fiend.
The Fiend
and Brock.
Shoot, that could be any face.
Well, so it has to be a face either way.
It's gonna be Roman or
NXT.
Seth. No, Seth's heel now.
We haven't even talked about Seth.
We'll talk about Seth right now.
Okay. Anyways, I just bring it up. If you guys, it's hard to.
I don't know.
It's a long ways away.
Drew McIntyre is my pick, I guess. I don't know.
I'll go with Andrade just because.
What if they include NXT with somebody from NXT?
Oh, it could be someone from NXT.
It's gonna be Adam
Cole, actually, I think it'll be Keith Lee.
No, it's too soon.
No, I'm going with Keith Lee. I'm changing my pick. NXT's Keith Lee will win the Royal.
Riddle. Matt Riddle and Brock Lesnar.
No, why do people think Riddle would be a good option to beat Brock Lesnar?
Because he's an MMA fighter.
So what? I could have been an MMA fighter too.
You're not.
But if I was,
and Matt Riddle looks like a.
I know he doesn't.
He looks like
no, he doesn't.
He's in great shape. Have you seen him?
No, I have. Keith Lee's gonna win the Royal Rumble. He's gonna challenge Brock Lesnar.
He's gonna be challenging for the NXT title.
No, didn't he lose the #1 contenders match?
Yeah, but he'll be challenging it for the next guy.
So you got Finn Balor and Adam Cole.
That's right. That's happening on Wednesday, by the way.
On Wednesday?
Yep.
They're not doing that on a thingy?
Nope.
Why not?
Because they're competing with AEW.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Adam Cole's gonna retain because that's opening the show.
Is Keith Lee the hottest thing in NXT right now?
No, it's the Undisputed Era.
Oh, come on, Lord! I was asking the wrong person. Jesus.
And he got pinned last week by Finn Balor, so not the hottest thing. Finn mentioned it in a promo. He's been hot for 2 weeks, so there you go.
Who?
Keith Lee. Yeah, that's. He's been hot for 2 weeks. That's all.
The future's bright.
Yeah, it is. But right now,
I don't know what his timetable is because I think he might be a little older.
Possibly. I don't know.
Just to follow up, I know I'm throwing a lot of random stuff at you.
Mm-hmm.
John Morrison, did you watch The Bump at all? I didn't get a chance to watch that.
I watched it all. It was great.
What did he say? What did he?
He talked about he's excited to return. The Miz was on the camera or whatever. He was on the screen.
Like, what do you mean?
The Miz.
Like they're live, like talking live.
Yep. They talked about the dirt sheet. They talked about tag teaming.
I think they're not going to do it just because they did that there.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But John Morrison was seen at the Performance Center.
Yes.
Some pictures over the weekend.
I heard about that.
Yeah, hopefully at some point. So.
Where do you think he lands? Did they say where he was going to?
No.
Okay.
It's going to be a surprise. Probably the Rumble, honestly.
I watched. Yeah, he might be in the Rumble. I don't think he wins. No. Just another side note. I watched the Stone Cold interview with Goldberg. I thought that was pretty interesting. Go check it out if you haven't already. I did finish the Undertaker one earlier this week. That was a good one, especially because many people thought the Undertaker would never talk out of character. Go listen to both those. They're both great. Now let's go into the best moments of the year because I know I've held you up long enough.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes now. You're killing the show here. This is the last show of the year.
I thought that's what I was brought in here for. Was it felt time?
Oh dear, you feel too much time. No, we were actually on time today.
Just put it on the check.
Yeah,
we get paid for this, right?
I don't think so.
There's no money.
No, there's no budget here. AEW.
I thought the show made money once it hit 100 episodes.
I haven't seen any of it, so
Rob's holding it off.
Yeah, exactly. Buying some new shirts every week. AEW.
Is that you?
What?
Aren't you the one buying new shirts every week?
Well, I'm talking about his fancy stuff.
Not as fancy as Jerry the King Lawler. Let's put a plug out there. The T-shirts, Jerry the King
Those Ed Hardy shirts.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
AEW kicked off in January with the announcement by Cody.
That was in January.
That was in January. Jericho announced he deflected from WWE. Not technically.
Yeah, right. Left. But it sounds better that way.
Yeah, and AEW had a stellar first year.
Yes, it did.
The death of Dean Ambrose became the.
I was
rise
like, Jesus, wait! I was like, wait, what?
They killed him off on WWE television.
They did.
And then they brought him. He was reborn.
It was very respectful, though.
It was surprisingly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
and they want him back if he wants to come back.
Sure.
The rise of Jon Moxley wreaked havoc in New Japan, won the U.S. title there.
Yeah.
He's now kind of in a feud with Jericho.
Went through a glass table.
Had a feud with Kenny Omega. Did a whole bunch of mud show wrestling stuff.
He's done a lot.
For sure. He reinvented himself. Speaking of reinventing himself, Chris Jericho reinvented himself.
Yes, he did.
He brought a little bit of the bubbly.
I know that's your favorite thing. Everyone's gotten their orders. I've seen it all online
that,
now. Yeah, everyone's getting their shipment, and I haven't heard anyone review the actual drink. I think a lot of people are actually kind of waiting for New Year's, actually.
Possibly.
So we'll probably get some reviews coming in on the bubbly at that time.
For sure. Are there any differences between Jericho's and Chavo's?
And Chavo's what?
Drink.
I don't know. I didn't know Chavo had
a drink.
Like back in the day or recently? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, good for Chavo.
I didn't know that.
Speaking of Jericho, once again, he is the inaugural AEW champion and has remained the champion throughout the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him. Also, we got to see the rise of some talents.
Yes, we
My
did.
favorite, Marco Stunt.
I did not think you were going to go there, but yes, Marco Stunt.
He's the Jurassic Express. We mentioned Jungle Boy.
He's had a big rise.
He literally, I mean,
probably grew in it.
Not physically, but
but
literally. He had a moment with Jericho. He insulted him, called him a child.
Was that the backstage segment? Yeah.
That's great.
Who's this child?
Like, how old are you? Like 23? Like, wait, really? But that was a funny moment. So yeah, AEW finally giving some competition to WWE. That
I think when you look back at it, though, sorry to cut you off, that's probably the biggest storyline of 2019. Is there's like so many wrestling, not just AEW, WWE, but
Impact has been on the rise once again.
Impact is doing its thing.
NWA came back to fruition.
Yes, it has. I mean, you have options now.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of different plays, and New Japan Pro Wrestling now has an American base.
ROH. There's a lot of no,
a little bit. There.
The man stapled his mouth.
That's what they have to do to get viewers.
I mean, whatever. I guess
it could have just had Steve-O join then.
It could have. I mean, might as well.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but that's all right. We'll move on. Championships. The Women's Tag Team Championships in WWE were brought this year in February, won by Sasha Banks and Bayley.
Was the NXT UK was this year or no? Probably, I think the end of last year, maybe.
It was the end of last year. Okay. So, but it was on the rise. They had their first takeover in January as well. But the Women's Tag Team titles were then won by the Iconics.
And they've been anything but since.
Unfortunately.
Sadly.
They're my favorite, but,
One of them got married to
an AEW star, Sean Spears.
Yeah, who's now his manager's Tully Blanchard. I didn't know that. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to watch.
Then Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss won those titles from the Iconics.
Yeah, and they're still a team, right?
They're still.
I'm surprised that is still going on. To be honest,
I like it. They have good chemistry.
I just thought she was gonna turn a long time ago.
That's what everyone thought, but I like.
It's a good little swerve, though. That's cool.
Sure.
I mean, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. And then we also got to see now the Kabuki Warriors turn heel and defeat Bliss Cross Applesauce, as they refer themselves.
That's a long tag name.
That's great. Well, it's not the official name, but that's
right.
Twitter,
But still.
Yeah. And now the Kabuki Warriors, as of last night, as we mentioned earlier in the show, retained the tag titles and will be going into 2020 most likely champions unless they lose them within the next
We'll
week.
see what happens with
We'll see.
Kairi Sane's injury?
Hopefully. The 24/7 championship came to fruition. I know this is
I knew there was another title. There you go.
Rob's belt. Yeah.
I mean, he could have merch just like the Bray Wyatt belt.
Oh dear.
I mean, merch.
He has 24/7
I mean, he does have merch. I mean, he pretty much is the one holding the title.
The title was originally presented by Mick Foley.
Yeah.
In the late spring.
And that was a kind of
Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil won the title by grabbing it. Who then lost it to Robert Roode.
Wait, was he the first champion?
Mm-hmm. Titus O'Neil lost it moments later, getting rolled up by Robert Roode.
Imagine winning the title by just grabbing it.
Mm-hmm.
How great is that?
R-Truth then won the title from Roode. That was the first reign that he had. He now has like 20-something reigns.
I was going to say, wait, didn't he beat Ric Flair's record? But no, that's... Well, Ric Flair's is World Championships. Okay.
Yeah. The title has been defended on a trip to Saudi Arabia or Europe, I think. One of those.
It was right before getting on the airplane,
at a wedding for Drake Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
His adventure throughout the summer was trying to get the title with his wife.
Yeah. What is that? What's happened to that story?
Never consummated his marriage. He's been on SmackDown now, losing to Elias and Dana Brooke. So
Dana Brooke's still over. That's
Dana Brooke got a match against Bayley last week. She lost, but she used a Batista vomit during the match.
There you go. She single-handedly got Batista into the Hall of Fame. This
She did it all herself.
Yeah, she did. She got him over.
The Intercontinental Championship got a redesign.
I'm not happy about it.
It's a beautiful championship.
It looks okay.
Looks great.
It looks okay.
Shinsuke Nakamura is your champion.
He
Good
looks
for him.
okay.
2 titles were stolen this year.
Yes.
One of them, at least, we don't know where that's still at.
We don't know.
Could be still missing.
Who steals the belt from Walter, though? He's too big of a dude.
The AEW Championship, Jericho left it. He went to go eat at a steakhouse, left it in the limousine, disappeared. They found it. Walter lost his title just a couple weeks ago. The UK title is missing somewhere. Ronda Rousey retired, possibly?
No,
it's not, but
she's taking a break.
Retired. Yeah. Total Divas. She announced she was leaving, but she said never say never, so.
Oh, really?
She could be back.
She said all that on Total Divas?
Mm-hmm. It's the #1 show of wrestling. You gotta watch it.
Oh, Lord. I don't believe that.
SmackDown went to Fox.
That might be the biggest.
That's a huge
thing.
That was $1 billion.
That might be $1 billion thing.
That was $1 billion deal.
It's a lot of money. More than we'll all make in the rest of our life combined.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Gotta keep it positive.
We'll see what happens within the next 100 episodes of this show.
The man Becky Lynch rose to fame.
Yes, she did. That was one of my top moments.
Won the Raw Women's Championship and SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania, and
after winning the Royal Rumble in January.
Correct. After she cheated her way in, I still think that was a
you don't gotta bury her now.
She cheated her way in.
How did she cheat her way in?
She wasn't in the match. She took Carmella's spot.
Oh, that's right. When she knocked out.
Finley put her in the match. He has no legal authority to add her to the match.
Yeah, but who's gonna tell Finley no?
Well, the boss could, but whatever.
Finley will beat him up too.
Mm-hmm. He'll be fired again. He got fired once before.
But he came back because he threatened him with the shillelagh.
Well, yeah. I think he's likable. No, he likes Finley, but yeah.
Finley's a good dude.
Anyways, Kofi Mania.
Yes, yeah, that was my other top moment.
That was like the first half. That was Kofi's moment right
there. A big moment for the African American community in terms of wrestling fans. We don't have a lot of world champions that are African American. So for Kofi Kingston, who has been there for so many years, to have him be that guy, it meant a lot. So
absolutely,
I think that is definitely a big deal. I think the Rock is at least half African American, I believe. I don't know the percentages, but to have Kofi Kingston, who started off with humble beginnings, with the African gimmick, he's come a long way. Jamaican, African. Yeah. We're just happy somebody of color is holding the title. But
he also recently surpassed 1,000 days as a tag team champion, making him the most days as tag team champion.
In a single run or just in general?
In general.
Oh, really?
Yeah, longest, over 1,000 days.
It's almost like he just got a new contract or something. Like he deserves a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like he got a 5-year deal. He just signed
within the last few hours.
Yeah, for sure.
How about that?
He also lost the title, unfortunately, when the new Fox deal came in. So
in 5 seconds, but
8 seconds. He mentioned last week it was 8 seconds.
Okay. But that's not. He didn't set a record though. For the record,
I don't think
that
so.
wasn't.
Bray Wyatt and the Firefly Funhouse.
That's kind of taking it by
That
a lot of people.
Everyone by
storm. For a gimmick that a lot of people, or for a wrestler that a lot of people thought wasn't going to be around, not be around very long, but it didn't look like he was going to.
It wasn't looking good for him.
It was.
At the beginning of the year.
It really wasn't. Not even at the beginning of the year. The last few years.
Well, especially even on TV in the beginning of the year.
So that's what I'm saying.
Well, big turnaround. He is now Universal Champion. And he is
his own belt. He's pulling out people's hairs, coming from out of the ring.
He's got his own show on little program, Firefly.
He has an alter ego.
He's stalking people, stalking families. He's doing well for himself. The biggest shocker probably of the year.
And hasn't been arrested once.
No.
Impressive.
Pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
CM Punk returned to WWE.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. That's a big story too.
It's a big story. Unfortunately, not in the ring, but they're always.
He's already considered the second favorite to win the Rumble.
Oh,
depending on who you ask on the internet.
We'll see. John Morrison, as we mentioned, made his comeback.
Mm-hmm.
When he's going to return exactly, we don't know. But we'll see. Seth Rollins defeated Brock Lesnar twice to become the Universal Champion at WrestleMania and SummerSlam, and then turned heel just a couple weeks ago.
I wonder how many people can actually say that Brock, that have beaten Brock twice in a year. let alone beat him in 2 of the top 4 pay-per-views.
No one.
So
That's Seth.
I
Not
mean,
even Roman.
Yeah, say what you want about Seth, but
he's now heel with the AOP, and NXT became the 3rd brand this year.
NXT, yeah. I mean,
they were already kind of 3rd brand, but they officially moved to network television, USA Network. They got 2 hours. They are now holding down the ground for WWE, competing against AEW, including tying in the ratings last week. And they're going to have a stacked card this week, and perhaps some of the best things to ever happen in 2019. Bret Hart was attacked by a fan in the Hall of Fame speech he gave.
Yeah, that wasn't the best start to the year, but he bounced back strong and helped boost the ratings for AEW.
Well, I don't know about that, but
he single-handedly did.
The Undisputed Era has single-handedly been carrying pro wrestling.
Lord.
They won Survivor Series. They have all the gold. And they're going to have all the gold to end the year because Adam Cole's retaining that title. I love Finn Balor, but he's retaining the title. And those guys are single-handedly the greatest thing to ever happen in pro wrestling history.
In NXT, maybe.
They're shocking the system right here.
Oh, Lord.
And
let him have his moment.
Looking forward to 2020. What do you guys have? We have BTR Lightning, which is my spin-off happening on Instagram Stories. We have the BTR Fantasy League. Which
that started the Lightning?
Not yet. 2020.
Okay. You're just teasing it.
We have the documentary I'm starting.
There you got the documentary. You're putting a lot on your plate here.
Yes, I'm
putting a lot
of pressure. I know.
I think that's my buddy Sean who just checked in on Periscope. Hey Sean, how you doing?
What do we hope for Beyond the Ropes? We're 102 episodes.
I was going to say
wrapping up the show here.
I was going to say we're going to go for another 100 episodes, but I don't think it's possible to do 100 episodes in a year, right? No, there's not 100 weeks. Yeah,
doing 2 shows a year maybe, but yeah, I mean we'll hit maybe 150 for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely try and do some different things this year or in 2020. We kind of teased the Twitch thing that didn't go very well.
No, we'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out, or we might just do it right here on Periscope. I think Periscope went pretty well.
Yeah, for sure.
We can try that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. It's hard to really ever predict anything on
Rob. You have
in the pro wrestling industry. It's kind of hard just in general.
No,
a new camera or something new for the YouTube channel, anything like that.
We gotta innovate. We always gotta innovate the show. We'll see what happens. We've got some time to think about it.
Yes,
2020 just starts in like 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, so we got some time. Yeah, 2 weeks.
We'd have to do it all right away.
Oh yeah,
but
of course.
Pro wrestling is looking good, better than ever.
Oh yes, it does. I mean,
so much
pro wrestling has always had a pulse. But that heart's beating pretty fast right now. So,
my predictions of 2020. Let's predict some champions.
Okay. Just the
Universal Champion. Who do you predict?
Who will hold the Universal Championship at some point this year?
2020. Who do you predict?
The Universal Champion is on Raw.
Yes. SmackDown now.
Or SmackDown. And Kofi's on SmackDown. Yes. I think Kofi wins it again at some point.
Roman's gonna win.
Even for a little bit.
Roman's winning that title.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb actually and say John Cena will win it this year.
I know, Rob.
No, wait. Actually, wait. Maybe I'll take that back. Because if he's not going to win it at WrestleMania, that's to be a WrestleMania thing. If he hasn't,
we'll see.
John Cena's going to come back and win the Royal Rumble.
Oh, no.
And then he's going to win the belt.
Oh, no.
Don't put that on us. No.
Why not?
NXT's going to have a presence at WrestleMania. Confirmed.
Oh, of course.
Who's going to be in that match?
Who's going to be the WrestleMania match for NXT? Well, it's not going to be Finn Balor and Adam Cole.
No. Could be Adam Cole.
I think Adam Cole drops the belt at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Wait, do we know for sure? So are they not doing a takeover show?
They are doing a takeover show. They are.
How are they going to pull that off?
I don't know.
What if the whole club faces Undisputed Era?
Oh, that would be a good one.
That'd be a good one. Look at over here. Fantasy booking Rob. Rob's been quiet the whole show, and he comes out and goes, BAM!
That's it. You can't be topped. Undisputed Era in the club and the OC. Let's do it.
Who wins, though?
Undisputed Era.
Oh, Lord.
Come on. And you got to shock the system.
Oh, Jesus.
Only if someone betrays the club.
I think we'll see Velveteen Dream come back, and he needs he'll get the NXT title.
Yeah, probably. Adam Cole's got to lose to
Keith Lee or
he can have it all year. I don't care.
Keith Lee or Velveteen Dream will win the championship this year.
They're gonna win something for sure. I agree.
They're gonna win the NXT championship this year.
They're gonna win maybe a consolation prize.
No, they're gonna. One of them is gonna pin Adam Cole. 1, 2, 3.
Velveteen Dream can win the Cruiserweight Championship. That's held by Angel Garza, by the way. He won the title last week.
They are not gonna put Velveteen Dream on to
division big time now.
So,
Wait, what? Oh, you already said it.
Oh, we're out of time. We've gone over time here.
Oh, sad.
Jeez. All right. Well, we're wrapping up here. Rob's got to do his show.
Yeah.
I don't think we can stick around. So.
Yeah, I won't be able to stick around.
Unfortunately, we got to wrap it up.
Can you just play this one back?
Honestly, you should.
Can you do that?
However, this is going to close it out for us. Phenomenal 2019 for us.
Yes, it was.
Added James. We went 3 hours. Or not 3
I was
hours.
like, geez, we did?
No, we
Is
went.
it raw?
We've gone 2 hours a number of times.
Yes, we have.
We hit 100 episodes.
At one point, can we do 3 hours? No,
I don't think it's possible.
I'd need like a nap. I would need like a snack station
for sure. So, anyways, before we get kicked off the air, this is it for us.
Oh, here they come. No, I'm kidding.
Go through the door.
Oh, here they come.
All right,
here they come.
So thank you for an amazing 2019. Everybody, throw it up. We are, of course, the NWO of Pro Wrestling Talk.
There it is.
We are BTR, and this year and this episode has been undisputed.
No.
Bay.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, y'all.
Bye.
And New Year will pass too by then.
And Happy New Year and Feliz Navidad and
Happy Kwanzaa.
And Hanukkah? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Happy Festivus.
Oh, that's a
thing.
Right? All right, bye. We're done.